It's good to be in the house of the Lord tonight.
Yeah, man.
And I will speak very personally, like Brother Glenn has done, because a lot of my feelings about this are personal. There's some of you that know some of the things that my family has faced before we came here, and some of you don't. But we went through a rough time, and the Lord has brought us through a tremendous valley. And, you know, we've come out the other side of it, and God is blessing us. We're doing great. But I've had many days. There was a time when I lost faith in people. I lost faith in preachers. I lost faith in pastors. I lost faith in the church. I lost faith in everybody simply because we all had, because of the way we've been treated. And I do not say this to slam anyone, and I will not call any names. But I have to say this for you to understand where I was at the time, mentally, spiritually, and physically. I had reached a point personally where I did not even want to go back to church. I didn't want to. I was tired of being beat over the head. I was tired of being hurt. I was tired of seeing my family hurt. And for about probably over a year, we didn't have a place to go. We had no home church. We didn't go to church. We weren't even able to go to church. We weren't even able to visit because we had no vehicle for over a year. And I was at work one day, and I was praying. I had this little space over behind the planks stacked up, and I had me a little stool over there, and I'd go behind there and I'd pray on my break, and I'd have my devotion and my prayer. And as I was praying one day, I was praying for all these things, and the Lord spoke to me, and He said, "You need to pray for a church." He said, "All these things you're asking me for are good." He said, "Yeah, you need a vehicle." He said, "But you need a church." Yeah. And I said, "God," I said, "I can't even get there." He said, "Don't you worry about that. You just pray for a church." He said, "You need to worship me." He said, "You need to serve me, and you need to be among my people." He said, "You pray for a church, and I'll take care of the rest." So I started praying for a church. Next week, no church. Next month, no church. 3 months from that, then, no church. It was probably about a year before we actually found this place. And my faith in people was finally restored. And when I first walked in here, the Bible says, "Try the spirits and see if they be of God." And every time, and this is the way I was trained, every time a minister gets up, I don't look for bad things, but I try their spirit. That's what you're supposed to do. And the first time this man got up to preach, boy, I was trying his spirit. And I was looking him over, and I was like, well, he's nice now, because we'd had so many people. He's nice now, but what, he's, what's going to happen, 5 months down the road? How's he going to be then, And he's being nice to us now, and he's, because we'd had so many people be nice to me and Sister Melissa because of our talents, and then they just turn on us. And I waited for that to happen. It never happened. And I apologize for that. But I was very skeptical. That's what this church has done for me. It's restored my faith in people. It's restored my faith in ministry. It has restored my faith and helped me realize that my family can go somewhere and not feel hurt and not feel betrayed and not feel wounded. When we come inside the house of God, we should feel better than when we came in. We should feel more empowered. We should feel closer to God. We should feel more spiritual. That is what the church is supposed to be. It is supposed to be a place where the wounded can come and find healing. And that is what this place is. I feel the Holy Ghost.